Talk about the harsh truth of why some of you are not successful in life and in dating. Now we live in a world that is very politically correct. We meet a lot of people, we have a lot of encounters, and we always try to be nice because we try to avoid conflict. We want to be nice to each other, we want to be kind. That is very good. That is also why our society is thriving so much. This is also one of the reasons that we live in the best times ever. But I feel, and I'm pretty certain about it, is that oftentimes we're also too nice. We would like to avoid sometimes the truth. We don't even want to have hard conversations with our friends, with colleagues, with our family, or with our spouse. So this is very good. I mean, we're always trying to do everything to avoid conflict. But sometimes it's very necessary to speak the truth and to be very honest with oneself. And I think this is one of the main things why we're not successful yet. Because oftentimes the truth is very, very easy to say, but there is nobody telling around you what exactly the things that you're struggling with. They always say, and I read this in a book somewhere, like if you want to have real honest feedback, ask your best friends because they're the only ones that really, really know you. And they can give you good, sincere feedback. So sometimes we get feedback from an outsider, or we get feedback from a family member when he's angry or something. But oftentimes you don't get any feedback, only bullshit feedback around the block basically. Like let's say somebody is very unhealthy and they say they have blood sugar issues, so they will come with you with a whole story about blood sugar. But then you look at them and they're extremely overweight. So what is the thing here? Okay, you need to change your lifestyle. You are fat. You need to get skinnier. You need to work out. You need to go for a walk. I mean, but oftentimes nobody will ever tell that. Not a doctor, not a family, not a spouse. And you will create a whole story. And I believe if you would just be straightforward to that person and would say, okay, listen, you need to lose weight. You need to lose 50 kilos. It's very important. And your life will be completely different. You're going to feel better. You're going to be more fit. Your sex life will be better. Maybe your blood sugar issue will go away as well. And the same is in dating. Like the harsh truth is that many of you should know that are struggling to have their desired dating life is when you see that girl that you like, are you approaching her or are you not approaching her? And oftentimes if I ask this sincere question, not in the beginning because many people have a story. It's because of this or because of that or because of this. Just a story, an excuse, whatever. Sometimes legit, most often not legit. And then we go back to okay, but if a cute girl that you like passes by now on the street or in the subway or in the hallway of whatever you are, will you approach her? And oftentimes people would say like, no. And sometimes they would say yes, and then somebody passes by and then I see them staring at her or gazing away for a second. And then I ask, okay, but you did not approach her and you were curious and you're single and you're obviously looking to improve your dating life. So, because we're never getting that feedback, it's also very easy to lie to ourselves and make up a story. Like, why? Oh yeah, it's because my hair was not good, or it's because of the woman, or it's because of all the feminists, or whatever story that you have. But then I go back to the core that I find is one of the biggest issues that I see in entrepreneurs, in successful people, in men in general that are single or not having their desired dating life is, are you approaching that woman that you like when you see her passing by, wherever you are, any time of the day? And the honest truth is, it's not happening. But they're not getting that feedback because they're so used to it, and also not many men do that because everybody's scared. So it's a justified story for themselves. But the harsh truth is, if you're not in a place that you're happy with your dating life and you've never been really happy in the past as well, like this is the thing that will change everything. In that moment, approaching her, learning that skill set, make it a habit, and then abundance will come to you. Because most of the guys that I meet, they're social, they're funny, they're attractive, They're just normal guys, normal cool guys, good guys. They know what they want. They're likable. They have friends. They have a good income. They have an amazing business. But then we go again to the, are you approaching that girl? And then they tell me like, oh, I do dating apps, but they're never satisfied, obviously, because dating apps are total shit and a waste of time. They go to bars sometimes, but then it's also like a different public. You need to be more lucky as well. Even though it can be very fun, it can be also relaxing, and you can meet really interesting people as well and attractive women. But the most important thing is when you see that girl, wherever you are you approaching her, yes or no? And this is the harsh truth many of you need to hear right now. It's not a random story. Well, there's always many things, right? Because in the end, cold approaching is also a skill set. And to make one person very attractive, there's also many things that need to happen. But as I said, in general, most people are already okay. They will always attract somebody because they're normal, they're educated, they have good finances and so on and so on. But are you approaching? Are you saying hi to that girl when she's passing by? Super important. So really be honest with yourself and ask yourself. And let me know. Text me, DM me, whatever. I'm very curious. But if I see around in the street, let's say I sit in the coffee place and I see there's a cute girl and I see 3, 4, 5 men staring at her and not approaching her, then I question it. Especially when they're complaining. And these days I see more and more people complaining about their dating life. They're not happy, they're not satisfied, they're complaining, they're this, they're that. The woman, this. They see that other men are often more successful with women, even though they're not that attractive or they have less finances than them. So there's many frustrations, and I understand. But if you put your work in and you do what is correct in that moment, and you approach and you work on yourself and you improve your skill sets and you work on becoming more attractive, then everything will be 10 times easier. But that is the harsh truth. The work is up to you. Take the right action, cold approach her. It's a very simple skill set. Very simple. Not so easy to learn sometimes, but everybody can do it. If I can do it, I was very shy, socially anxious. I put time in it. I got help and guidance, and I became an expert. I've been teaching so many people, all kinds of people, very successful people, young people, more mature people, even people that are close to retirement, all ages, and they can all learn this. You're never too old. But you gotta cold approach that woman. It's so important. And then you can complain. Oh yeah, they don't like me, they don't this and that, and then we go further to the issue. But first things first, make the first step, approach her. How can you make money in your company if you're not doing sales? It's impossible. You need to talk to a woman. You need to say hi to her when you see her. Bam, you go, you see her, you say hi, try to make a connection. So this is the harsh truth. And I think this is something that many men should hear. Like, you need to do the approach. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. And you have to make it a habit. Just make it a habit, like when you're thirsty, you drink. When you're single and you're looking to improve your dating life, you want to date somebody, just cold approach. You see a girl, you go from A to B, you see somebody, hey, hi, what's up, how are you? No connection, fine. And then maybe you don't see anybody for the rest of the day, but maybe the next day, you see 2 or 3 girls, and then you approach them all. Hey, what's up, what's up? And before you know it, bam, you got a date with somebody that you had an interest in, you were curious, and then we move on. And maybe it's gonna be 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but it doesn't matter. But everybody can learn this amazing skill set in 12 weeks and transform your life from being frustrated with women and not dating a woman that you like to having an amazing, abundant dating life, the one that you really desire, that you're satisfied. So, thank you for watching the video, and I'd love to see you soon in the next one. Enjoy your day, make it legendary.